Namaskar, good evening. You are watching Rajya Sabha Television. I am Smriti Rastogi with News Tonight. Let's begin the bulletin with the top headlines. BJP releases fresh candidate list, party tickets for new entrant Jayaprada from Rampur, Rita Bahuguna Joshi from Allahabad, Menaka Gandhi from Sultanpur and Varun Gandhi from Pilibhit. Nomination process ends for second phase elections to 97 Lok Sabha seats in 13 and 35 Odisha Assembly seats. BJP holds nationwide Vijay Sankalp Sabha. Party chief Amit Shah asserts entered Pakistan to carry out airstrikes. Congress President Rahul Gandhi addresses multiple rallies in Rajasthan, reiterates pledge to implement party's minimum income guarantee scheme. Election Commission seizes cash illicit liquor freebies worth over 500 crore rupees since the announcement of model code. Tamil Nadu tops list with over 107 crore worth seizures, Uttar Pradesh 104 crore and Andhra Pradesh 103 crores. Supreme Court reacts to CBI status report on Kolkata Police Commissioner Rajiv Kumar, says very serious revelations made in Sharda Chit Fund scam case. Directs agency to seek appropriate relief against Kumar within 10 days. First, all the election news from the upcoming Lok Sabha elections 2019. Filing of nominations for the second phase of Lok Sabha elections ended on Tuesday. 97 constituencies spread over 13 states and union territories will go to polls in this phase on 18th of April. The scrutiny will take place on Wednesday, while March 29th is the last date for withdrawal of candidature. All 39 parliamentary constituencies of Tamil Nadu will go to polls in this phase. Voting will take place for 14 seats in Karnataka, 10 in Maharashtra, 8 in Uttar Pradesh, 5 seats each in Assam, Bihar and Odisha, 3 each in Chhattisgarh and West Bengal, 2 in Jammu and Kashmir and 1 seat each in Manipur, Tripura and Puducherry. The Lok Sabha elections will start on April 11th and continue till May 19th. In 7 phases, the counting will be held on 23rd of May. Meanwhile, nomination process will also end second phase polling on 35 assembly seats in Odisha. BJP has released names of 39 candidates in its latest list of candidates. The list has 29 candidates from Uttar Pradesh and 10 from West Bengal. Prominent names announced in this list includes Union Minister Menaka Gandhi from Sultanpur and her son Varun Gandhi from Pilibhit. Union Minister Manoj Sinha has been fielded from Ghazipur, a seat he had won in 2014. And UP government ministers Rita Bahuguna Joshi and Satyadev Pachauri from Allahabad and Kanpur seats respectively. Meanwhile, the party has dropped its veteran leader Murli Manohar Joshi as a candidate for the Lok Sabha election.
उत्तर प्रदेश के अध्यक्ष महेंद्र नाथ पांडे जी चंदौली से चुनाव लड़ेंगे पुनः। उसके साथ केंद्रीय मंत्री मनोज सिन्हा जी वो गाजीपुर से पुनः चुनाव लड़ेंगे। इसके साथ साथ मेनका गांधी जी वह सुल्तानपुर से चुनाव लड़ेंगी और वरुण गांधी वो पीलीभीत से चुनाव लड़ेंगे।
Former Samajwadi Party MP and actor Jaya Prada joined the BJP on Tuesday. She will contest from Rampur to take on Samajwadi Party's Azam Khan. Lauding Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Jaya Prada described him as a brave leader in whose hands the country is safe. 56-year-old Jaya Prada is a two-term Lok Sabha member from SP.
मोदी जी प्रधानमंत्री बनने के बाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी में एक शक्ति आया है और उन्होंने इस देश के लिए, गरीबों के लिए, किसानों के लिए जो उन्होंने जो फोकस किए हैं, और वो मैं ये बताना चाहती हूँ कि इस देश को एक सुरक्षित हाथ में हम एहसास करते हैं कि हम सुरक्षित हैं। तो मैं चाहती हूँ कि मोदी जी को एक बार और प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये मेरी नहीं है, जनता का भी ये आवाज है।
BJP President Amit Shah targeted the opposition at the party's Vijay Sankalp rally in Moradabad in Uttar Pradesh. Amit Shah said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi dealt with terrorism in a befitting way. He said that the government conducted airstrikes in Pakistan in reply to Pulwama. However, the opposition is still doubting the valor of the armed forces.
मोदी जी भी आपके ही भेजे हुए हैं भैया। इन्होंने सीमा पर जवान खड़े कर दिए, सेना खड़ दी, टैंके तोपे लगा दी। मोदी जी ने एयरफोर्स से, हवा से जाकर एयर स्ट्राइक कर दी। और जहां पर पाकिस्तान आतंकवादियों को जमा कर रखा था, वो बालाकोट पर हमला कर आतंकवादियों के फुर्चल्ले उड़ाने का काम हमारे सेना के जवानों ने किया।
Taking a dig at the Congress at an election rally in Delhi, Home Minister Rajnath Singh said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is pure and the only cure for all problems of the country. He said during UPA regime, many took loans from banks and fled. However, the nation's chowkidar will bring them back and bring them to justice.
चौकीदार चोर नहीं है, चौकीदार प्योर है। बोलो चौकीदार। चौकीदार का दोबारा पीएम बनना श्योर है। देश की समस्याओं का वही क्योर है।
An Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath addressed the Vijay Sankalp rally in Varanasi on Tuesday. He also offered prayers at the Kashi Vishwanath temple.
आंतरिक और बाह्य सुरक्षा के मोर्चे पर भारत की सेना के, भारत के जवानों के शौर्य और पराक्रम का परिचय देकर के भारत की सामरिक ताकत को बढ़ाने का हो, या फिर दुनिया में भारत की सामरिक ताकत और आर्थिक महाशक्ति के रूप में भारत को स्थापित करने का हो। मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में पूरे कोई क्षेत्र ऐसा नहीं छूटा जिसमें कि भारत ने अग्रणी स्थान न प्राप्त किया हो।
Meanwhile, the Congress party's promise of minimum guarantee income to the poor will be a surgical strike on poverty. Party President Rahul Gandhi asserted this on Tuesday, a day after declaring that the scheme would be rolled out if the Congress is voted to power. Addressing a rally in Suratgarh town of Ganganagar district in Rajasthan, Rahul Gandhi said that nobody should be poor in 21st century India. The Congress party president is on a whirlwind tour of Rajasthan. Besides public meetings, he also interacted with party booth workers. The Congress is yet to announce candidates for the 25 Lok Sabha seats in Rajasthan.
21वीं सदी में
कांग्रेस पार्टी चाहती है और हमारे सब कार्यकर्ता चाहते हैं, हमारे सब नेता चाहते हैं कि हिंदुस्तान में एक गरीब ना बचे, एक व्यक्ति भी इस लाइन के नीचे ना रहे। 12,000 रुपए, उसी में उस व्यक्ति की इज्जत, उसी नंबर में उस व्यक्ति का भविष्य, उसी नंबर में उस व्यक्ति की खुशी, उसी नंबर में उस व्यक्ति के बच्चों की शिक्षा, उसी नंबर में उसके माता पिता का इलाज।
And Congress Party's Delhi unit will hold I Pay Charcha meetings to discuss Rahul Gandhi's mega poll promise of minimum basic income guarantee. Delhi Congress President Sheila Dikshit termed the announcement as an extraordinary step. Sheila Dikshit said that Congress will implement the scheme for 5 crore poor families in the country after it forms the next government in the country. The Delhi Congress will hold I Pay Charcha meetings across the city from 1st April to apprise people about the historic move. Congress President Rahul Gandhi on Monday announced that 72,000 rupees per year will be given as minimum income to 5 crore poor families if his party is voted to power in the Lok Sabha polls. The Samajwadi Party on Tuesday announced an alliance with 3 regional parties in Uttar Pradesh. The party announced an alliance with Nishad Party, Janwadi Party Socialist and Rashtriya Samata Dal for the 2019 Lok Sabha elections in Uttar Pradesh. However, the number of seats for the 3 parties are not announced yet. Samajwadi Party had earlier announced a tie-up with Mayawati-led Bahujan Samaj Party and the Ajit Singh-led Rashtriya Lok Dal. The BSP will contest 38 seats, Samajwadi Party 37 and RLD 3 seats. Meanwhile, the party on Tuesday declared list of its 3 candidates for Faizabad, Pilibhit and Etah seats.
बहुजन समाज पार्टी, समाजवादी पार्टी, आरएलडी, निषाद पार्टी और हमारे जनवादी पार्टी के आ जाने के बाद उत्तर प्रदेश का सबसे बड़ा परिवर्तन दिखाई देगा। जो 74 की बातें करते थे, अब उन्हें सोचना पड़ेगा कि उनका खाता कहां खुलेगा। एक के अलावा मुझे नहीं लगता कोई खाता खोल पाएंगे।
The Supreme Court on Tuesday refused to acknowledge the claim of TTV Dinakaran-led party over pressure cooker as common election symbol. The Apex Court, however, directed the Election Commission to consider granting common free election symbol to the candidates of the Dinakaran faction for the upcoming general and assembly by-elections in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. A bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi also made clear that its order asking the Election Commission to consider granting common election symbol would not amount to granting recognition to the AIADMK faction as a political group, and the candidates of the faction would be treated as independents for all practical purposes. The bench, which also comprised Justices Deepak Gupta and Sanjeev Khanna, said that it was the duty and the rights of the Election Commission only to consider granting registration to the Dinakaran faction as a political party, and it will be done in due course by the poll panel. Report released by the Election Commission said that a total seizure of nearly 540 crore rupees has been made by various enforcement agencies across as on March 25, 2019. The highest value seizures have been reported from the states of Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh. Seizure includes over 143 crore rupees cash, at least 89 crore rupees worth of liquor, precious metals like gold worth 162.93 crore rupees too have been seized by various enforcement agencies. And with that, we'll slip into a very quick break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge.
प्रजा के सामूहिक निर्णय का आदर करना आवश्यक है। इनके फैसले को मैं और मेरे सहयोगी पूरी तरह से और नम्रतापूर्वक स्वीकार करते हैं।
हम संख्या बल के सामने सर झुकाते हैं और आपको विश्वास दिलाते हैं कि जो कार्य हमने अपने हाथ में लिया है वो जब तक राष्ट्रीय उद्देश्य पूरा नहीं कर लेंगे तब तक विश्राम से नहीं बैठेंगे।
मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं।
देखिए हमारा विशेष कार्यक्रम चुनाव का सफर सिर्फ राज्यसभा टीवी पर।
Welcome back. The Supreme Court on Tuesday termed as very, very serious the CBI status report on the interrogation of then Kolkata Police Commissioner Rajiv Kumar in connection with the Sharda Chit Fund scam case. A bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi said it cannot close its eyes if some very, very serious facts are disclosed to it and directed CBI to file an application seeking appropriate relief against Rajiv Kumar. The bench granted 10 days to the probe agency for filing the application. The former Kolkata Police Commissioner and others can respond to the plea 7 days thereafter. The top court also refused to drop the contempt proceedings against the West Bengal DGP, the Chief Secretary and Kumar. The apex court was hearing the CBI's contempt application against various senior officials of the West Bengal government, including state's DGP and then Kolkata Police Chief, on the ground of non-cooperation in its probe and alleged that destruction of evidence. In some more developments, Pakistani army resorted to shelling at the small arms fire along the line of control in Rajouri district in Jammu and Kashmir on Tuesday. Pakistan initiated unprovoked ceasefire violation by shelling with mortars and firing of small arms along the line of control in Nowshera sector. The Indian Army opened fire in retaliation. There has been no report of any casualty on the Indian side till now. And on a 3-day visit to Croatia, President Ramnath Kovind was accorded a ceremonial welcome in the Croatian capital Zagreb on Tuesday. Later in the day, President Kovind held bilateral talks with his Croatian counterpart, where both the leaders discussed issues of mutual interest, including economy, trade and culture, and reaffirmed their commitment to expand their relations. President Kovind was also honoured with Croatia's highest civilian award, the Grand Order of the King of Tomislav. The civilian order is awarded to the heads of the state for their important contribution towards the development of state relations between Croatia and their respective countries. During the visit, the President is scheduled to meet with the Indian diaspora and address the Indian-Croatia Business Forum meeting.
Madam President and I also shared our views on global and regional issues of concerns, including UN Security Council reforms, multilateral export control regimes, and combating terrorism. I thank Madam President for her strong condemnation of the brutal and barbaric terror attack in Pulwama in India last month. We agreed to work together to develop a strong global response to defeat and destroy this evil force in all its forms and manifestations, and to seek accountability and action from those responsible for such barbaric acts.
And some more news. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu attended the 16th convocation of Indira Gandhi Development Research Institute in Mumbai on Tuesday. Addressing the students, Vice President stressed on the importance of agriculture for our country. He also said that it was time for India to once again emerge as a global knowledge hub.
In urban and rural areas have widened. Efforts are being made by successive governments. I don't deny that. But we need to still focus on that. Because agriculture is the basic culture of India for all of us. In a country of 130 crore population, you cannot depend on imported food security. You have to go for homegrown food security. Not only produce enough for our own population, but also must be in a position to export.
Vice President also attended the convocation of Mahatma Gandhi University of Medical Science and Technology in Jaipur. On this occasion, Vice President stressed on tackling the shortage of doctors in rural areas. He said that Indian tradition tells everyone to walk with each other.
Being a Vishwaguru with knowledge, etc., and also with the wealth, we never attacked any country because we believe in Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu, Vasudaika Kutumbakam. The entire world is one family. That is the philosophy of India. It's high time we give up the colonial mindset and we feel proud that we are Indians. We are Bharatiyas. And we must live up to the expectations of people and follow ethics.
And theatre fests are being organized across the globe to mark World Theatre Day on 27th of March. Initiated in 1961 by the International Theatre Institute, an international non-governmental organization, the day marks an occasion for artists to celebrate their identity. World Theatre Day is a special occasion for theatre artists. Celebrated on 27th March, the day brings artists and theatre lovers on a single platform with performances, monologues, songs, dance and stand-up acts. In India also, the artist fraternity celebrates the occasion with various programs and festivals.
जिस तरह से पूरी दुनिया में कोई ना कोई दिवस जो है किसी ना किसी रूप में मनाया जाता है, जैसे 8 मार्च को आपने महिला दिवस मनाया, 14 फरवरी को कुछ होता है, कभी कुछ होता है, उसी तरह से वर्ल्ड थिएटर डे 27 मार्च को हम मनाते हैं पूरी दुनिया में। इसमें ये होता है कि कोई बहुत बड़ा पूरी दुनिया में से सिलेक्ट किया जाता है कि इस बार वर्ल्ड थिएटर डे पे किसका मैसेज जाएगा, कौन संदेश देगा पूरी दुनिया के रंगकर्मियों के लिए। तो वो तय होता है। ये लास्ट ईयर जो था हमारे लिए बहुत ही खुशी की बात थी कि हमारे हिंदुस्तान से प्रोफेसर राम गोपाल बजाज जी को चयनित किया गया था वर्ल्ड थिएटर डे का संदेश देने के लिए।
In India, artists say theatre is the only medium of entertainment that gives an opportunity to the audience to have a face-to-face live interaction with the artists. For the actor, it marks an unmatched fulfillment, giving them a chance to live a character as visualized by a writer.
थिएटर अपनी जगह पर ही है, जो पिछले 8-10 सालों में पूरी दुनिया में बदलाव हुआ, डिजिटल मार्केट के अंदर बदलाव हुआ है, बहुत सारे नए प्लेटफॉर्म आ गए हैं। उसके बावजूद थिएटर उतना ही काम कर रहा है जितना पहले करता था, तो उससे पूरा कोई थिएटर पे असर नहीं पड़ा है, क्योंकि हर माध्यम की अपनी ताकत होती है और कोई माध्यम में आँखों में आँखें मिला के बात नहीं कर सकता है। सारे जितने नए माध्यम आ रहे हैं वो, बल्कि उसका लाभ ये हो रहा है कि जो थिएटर के जो अभिनेता हैं उनके लिए नए रास्ते खुल रहे हैं। तो थिएटर के माध्यम से जो रोज़गार की हम बात करते थे, आगे बढ़ने की बात करते थे, अन्य माध्यम में जाकर एक्सपोजर की बात करते थे, वो उन माध्यमों से मिल रहे हैं।
कई बार क्या होता है कि लेखक ने किसी तरीके से एक कैरेक्टर को कंसीव किया है, प्ले को कंसीव किया है, या डायरेक्टर ने एक अलग तरीके से अप्रोच किया है। एक्टर जब आता है और एक अच्छा एक्टर जब आता है तो उसमें वो अपनी एलिमेंट्स लेके आता है, उसमें वो और चीज़ों को इम्प्रोवाइज़ और इम्प्रूव करने की कोशिश करता है। वो उसकी कैरेक्टर को जीने जा रहा होता है जो लेखक ने लिखा है या डायरेक्टर जिसको अपना विजन देना चाहता है, तो वो उसको जब जीवांत करता है तो वो उस पूरे निर्जीव सब्जेक्ट को जीवन देता है।
Over the years, theatre has undergone a metamorphosis. It has taken a more realistic approach. The conservative perspective of the society in 70s and 80s has undergone a change. Women are taking to the stage in large numbers, but they still have some way to go before they get meteor characters.
लड़कियों को ज़्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल जाती है कि वो स्टेज पर आएँ, क्योंकि अधिकतर ऐसा माना जाता है कि अच्छा ठीक है, एक नाटक के अंदर अगर 3 मेल एक्टर्स हैं और 2 फीमेल कैरेक्टर्स हैं, अच्छा ठीक है, या एक मेल एक्टर भी है, तो उनको लगता है कि अच्छा ठीक है, मेल एक्टर प्रोमिनेंट होना चाहिए, बहुत अच्छा एक्टर होना चाहिए, और जो लड़कियां हैं वो हम कोई नई लड़कियां भी ले लेते हैं।
The theatre fraternity believes that to improve the art form, theatre needs to be promoted on digital and electronic platforms. Constructing more auditoriums, having tax-free tickets are among other suggestions to increase its popularity. Smriti Rastogi, Rajya Sabha TV. And news now from Sultan Azlan Shah Hockey Tournament, where India went to the top of the table with 7 points after registering a dominating 4-2 win against hosts Malaysia on Tuesday. This is India's second victory in 3 matches. India registered their first win against Asian Games gold medalist Japan. The team played 1-1 against South Korea in the second match. India will take on Canada in their 4th league match on Wednesday. And that's all we have for you in this edition of News Tonight. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.